when he left her, she was alive. The defense wants the jury to consider involuntary manslaughter instead of first-degree murder. Let's bring in our guest right now, Trial Attorney Justin Leto. Is with us right now, and also in-session correspondent Jean Casares. Well, the defense claims that Huguely was drunk when he confronted Love, therefore he is not responsible for her death and shouldn't be convicted of first-degree murder. Virginia is one of the few states, by the way, you can use intoxication as a defense. Justin, do you think this drunk defense is going to work?
I don't like the defense. It's the blame it on the alcohol defense, and I don't like it at all, because a jury hears this. This guy, not only was he drunk this time, but he also has a history of being violent with this girl in the past, and he sent her a threatening email just a couple of days before saying that he should have killed her in another argument. So yeah, maybe if this was a one-time thing, you could use that as a solid defense. I think the better defense here is that this is not premeditated murder, but instead what we call a crime of passion. A lot of times a second-degree murder charge is a crime of passion because people get in such a heat of a rage that they kill somebody when they don't actually mean to do it. I question using the defense of the alcohol. I also very seriously question the defense of saying that he left and she was still alive. Does that mean if you shoot somebody and then you leave but they're not dead yet, then you're not responsible for their murder? It just seems like a silly defense to me.
That's a very good point. And you mentioned that email. Days before Love's death, Huguely and Love exchanged emails in which he said he was upset with her, that she slept with somebody else. Then he sent her an email threatening to kill her. Here's part of the exchange. Huguely writes, "You're using an affirmative defense, admitting he played a role in Love's death. Justin, why not try to work out a plea deal?"
I don't know. I'm very confused by that, because the idea that he's not responsible for her death because she may have suffocated after he banged her head against the wall continuously is nonsense. So I don't know why there was no plea. Maybe there was no plea offered. Sometimes there's not always a plea deal offered, and the prosecution, because of the high level of of exposure that the case has had in the media, feels the need to go forward with the case. But to what Jean was just saying about whether or not that email exchange helps or hurts the defense, I have to disagree. I don't think that helps the defense at all. The fact that he said, I should have killed you, that in and of itself provides the prosecution with a great deal of evidence of premeditation. Just because he later goes back and says, can we talk tonight, does not remove the fact that in his mind, he thought about killing her, and that is evidence for the prosecution to use as premeditation. I think there's no good evidence on that for the defense. I think it only helps the prosecution.
Gene, what's your response to that?